So a very warm welcome to you to this short video on Year 11 English Language Paper 1, and this is your mock response materials. Just a short video, and this is looking at Section B, Question 5, and how we use structural devices. So essentially, how we show the examiner that we understand how structure can be effective in our own writing and we can employ it successfully. And it's something we don't necessarily talk about enough, but certainly, as we'll see, it's in the mark scheme. So as one can see, it's absolutely in the mark scheme. To get those top marks, we need to use varied and inventive use of structural features, and to get the lower level for varied and effective structural features. Now, there's loads of different ways to do this, but essentially there are two aspects that I would urge all of my students to have a look at. Firstly is to think of how we can use single line paragraphs, not too many of them, but single line paragraphs, and also how we can use what's called a cyclical structure to really give our writing that bit of structural flair. So I'm going to show you how perhaps that can be done. So the first way in which it can be done, this is for the recent mock that we did on the description of a zoo. And one of the best examples I saw of a cyclical structure was that the description started and ended in the same place. It started at the gates of the zoo, coming in, the entrance, and then it ended with those gates as well. And what it served to do was it gave the description a great kind of roundedness, a sense of kind of completion, and I thought it was incredibly effective. So you see that first line where it says, I didn't think gates could make you feel like this. So the narrator talks about how the gates are quite intimidating, and this particular student personifies those gates. Absolutely fantastic piece of writing. And then at the end, the narrator doing the description says, until next time, I muttered under my breath as I walked out of those gates. Now, it's a really simple structural feature, but so effective. It really is. It kind of frames the description. It gives the description a sense of purpose, and I thought that was incredibly clever. So what you can do with a cyclical structure is essentially you start and you end in the same place with those same words, same trigger words, and things such as that. Really clever, really simple example for you there, which I'm sure you can apply to your own pieces of writing. And another technique is the use of single line paragraphs, and you can see here on this piece of description there are lots of single line paragraphs. There's 3 of them, but the 2 I've put in blue highlights are really important, and what they do is actually they relate to those gates again. You see what they say, the sound of the gates could still be heard in the distance, and then that second single line paragraph, decisively I made my way indoors, protecting myself from the echoing sound of those old gates. So you can see how a single line paragraph can help to keep that theme going, can help to guide the reader through the description. Just a very clever way of breaking up the description and intelligently and decisively and effectively getting those marks for structural features. So look, that gives you a couple of examples. It's not an exhaustive list at all, but if I've put on your mock that actually you need to have some structural devices, these would be the 2 things that I would start on initially. So good luck, and we'll see how you get on next time.